This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Now Dwayne and Justin discuss flies and ticks in cattle.
Dwayne Taves joining you once again with Ag AM in Kansas. A chance to catch up with Justin Talley with Oklahoma State University at a recent field day. And Justin, you had the task talking about insects, flies and ticks to cattlemen here in north central Kansas at this particular site. And it's really kind of universal here through the Central Plains. So when it comes to the summer months, our cattle with cow-calf pairs or stalker cattle, they've got some nemesis out there that are going to reduce gains.
Yes, that's correct. You know, one of our main nemesis is ticks, and then the other one are hornflies. And so when we look at hornflies, we're looking at how many are going to make an impact to those animals. For growing cattle, such as stalkers, we know that if you're above 200 to 300 flies per animal, then it's going to have an impact on weight gain and also the performance of that animal. So what we try to do is develop management plans, because it's really hard to get rid of all the flies, but we try to manage the flies. The other thing are ticks. Ticks are both what we consider a vector, carrying disease agents, as well as just causing just performance impact on the animals. And as well, most of the cattle producers to the Central Plains are having issues with ear ticks. And so ear ticks have become a major problem both for Oklahoma and Kansas. And so that becomes a dual threat in terms of parasite management of external parasites on cattle.
We think about dealing with them, a number of different options, each of them having their own aspects that are beneficial for us, but oftentimes it seems like a combination of modes of action and weapons to attack probably is the key.
Yeah, you're correct. We have a lot of tools out there, a lot of products out there, but it all comes down to modes of actions and how we use those products. Some products are out there that are persistent for short term. Some are persistent for longer term, such as ear tags. So what we want to try to do is manage these horn flies so we don't develop resistant flies. And so when we do that, we take into account application type and then the chemistry it's in. And so the chemistry relates to the mode of action. And so with the mode of action, what we're doing is it has a target site. And with that target site, it's what that chemical is targeting to kill the insect. And so when you switch up the chemical classes, it's like a shock to the system. And so essentially what happens is if they have resistance to one chemical class, you can implement another chemical in a different chemical class that can essentially kill that fly.
We think about other options as well, feed-through products, pour-ons, ear tags, sprays, dusts. All of them have their application, as you referenced, but making sure that we rotate things. We hear an awful lot about resistant populations.
Yeah, so we have a lot of application techniques. So when we look at application techniques and resistance management, so we have to ask the question, how long is that product being exposed to the flies? And so if you have a product such as ear tags, or whether it's in different kinds of ear tags, it's the persistency of that product. And so what we have to do is rotate those on a year-by-year basis. You can't do short-term rotations with those because you could develop cross resistance. And so what we try to do is a rotation on a year-by-year basis. And right now you have a 3-year rotation with ear tags, one with organophosphates, another one with pyrethroids, and then the third year could be with what we consider an abamectin, which is a macrocyclic lactone, so similar to Ivomec or Cydectin type products. The other issue with like dust or sprays or oilers is, if you rotate those, you can do those in a more frequent case. And so you can start off in May with a certain chemical class in a dust bag and then switch to a different chemical class in a spray.
Our thanks to Justin Talley, Oklahoma State University, joining us here on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Dwayne. Come back after the break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update.
This is Eric Stonestreet, and as many of you know, I love my home state of Kansas. In March, Kansas ranchers lost homes, equipment, and thousands of cattle from the largest wildfires in the state's history. Imagine losing all you have in a fire. Not just your house, but your livelihood. Ranchers are beginning to rebuild, but it will take years and tens of millions of dollars to build back herds, fences, and other infrastructure. Today I'm asking you to help. Donate what you can and show your support to the ranchers of Kansas. Simply go to kansasfires.com. Your donation is tax deductible and will go to those who need it the most.